So another busy one. This morning we're gonna take the trash to the dump, head to Lowe's for a little bit. I'm gonna buy some of those boards that I need to try to finish the fence, at least the one section. I'll probably go ahead and buy the boards that I need I'm gonna get really close to that truck and it's gonna be really loud. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the boards to finish the fence. So we'll have that, and then hopefully I can stretch fence. We're meeting some friends up for lunch this afternoon. So that'll probably take away some of my time today and probably most of my time today for getting anything done. So we'll go ahead and load up the truck and then head on out. We're all done at the dump, so we will head on over to Lowe's, making pretty good time today, which is always a good thing when you got so much to do. So we'll head on over to Lowe's. Like I said, we're gonna get those, I'm gonna get some 4x4 posts, to do my support. So I'm hoping to buy all of them, so then I'll be ready to go for the whole entire rest of the fence. I think I'm gonna buy 10-foot ones just because I know some of my posts aren't perfect, and I think I might actually go a little bit further apart on my longer run just to save myself a little bit of money on everything. So let's head to Lowe's. All right, so made it back. We got to do the animal chores, and then that's pretty much my day. Then we're leaving for Nelson County to go to Bold Rock. So animals are a little mad. I can hear them actually kind of being a little upset at me because I'm a little behind today. Make some of this food. Oh, and there's the cow too. If you can hear her, she's very upset too. I think they ran out of water this morning. Oh, it's like super cold outside too. Everybody's upset. We're gonna put these posts that are sitting in the truck too. We'll take those. We'll take those up to the barn and stuff here in a minute. Everybody's very upset because we ran out of water. Hey girl, what you doing, baby? So we got their water, we'll get them hay. I going kind of a loop a little bit. So we'll get the pigs. The pigs will be dining on a delicious chicken noodle soup today. So great part about pigs is they pretty much eat anything. So any scraps we have left over that we're probably not gonna eat or won't finish, we kind of just give to them. If you know anything about pigs, you know that they will eat just about anything. So right now, as you can tell, They've gotten most of this ground tore up that we're looking to do our garden for next year on. So they are doing all the work for me, and then I'll come back and kind of cultivate. I'll cultivate all this up for them. Oh, they're gonna love that. All right, so piggies are enjoying their chicken noodle soup. Like I said, I'm a little behind today, just getting everything done. This morning, luckily we got a lot of stuff done this morning, and I got all the stuff for the fence, which it doesn't look like I'm gonna have time to do the fence today, but we are getting there. Now time for the duckies. So one of the things we kind of try to do here on the farm is I try to have everything to have a purpose. So right now our ducks are more for breeding, and really that's what we kind of use them for. They do produce eggs, but it turns out you can actually be allergic to duck eggs and not chicken eggs. So my wife's actually allergic to the duck eggs, so we can't eat them anymore. Originally we were eating them, and that was part of the reason. We have anaconda ducks, which are really good at laying, so they were actually another egg source for us. Why are you being so needy? They were a good source of eggs for us until we found that out. So right now we're kind of keeping them around mainly for breeding purposes, and we actually let them set earlier this year, 2019 that is. Let them set earlier this year, and they actually hatched about 15 ducklings or so, and then now we'll probably do the same thing in the spring. We might even incubate some just to have that experience with our daughters and everything. I've never incubated anything before, but it sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. I'm not sure if I was recording for that first part. All right, now time to do the chickens. So one good thing about chickens is chickens are very, I don't know, I'll say destructive, but they serve a really great purpose. So they actually scratch and peck, and they kind of aerate the soil, and they also fertilize it. Their poop is actually high in nitrogen, so it actually really helps the soil. Now granted, if you leave them too long, you get like this, where it gets a little brown, but this time of year it's tough. We try to move them as often as possible. Eventually what'll happen is they'll actually get shifted to the next field over. Once I can get that backfield fenced in, we'll actually move them into the other field, so then they can start actually spreading out the cow manure. What they'll do is they'll spread and they'll scratch and they'll eat all the larvae that are probably dormant in there, and then that'll kind of be their job for forever. Realistically, they'll follow the herd and clean up the manure. They also provide us with eggs, so hopefully we got a couple eggs today. I think we're getting around 4 or 5 a day right now, which is good, but we have about 20 chickens. I wish we had some more, but we lost a couple from a fox about a month or so ago. So we may get some chicks this spring, but I don't know right now. All right, so last but not least, the goats and the cow, and apparently the pigs have finished their breakfast and they want some more food now. So I may feed them some more in the afternoon, just because that soup doesn't have a lot of protein, which is what pigs need to grow. So we'll potentially give them some more. We'll go ahead and feed the herd this morning. Hi, baby. So they get very excited for hay, just because they really don't have anything to eat in this field. So we'll get them some hay. I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping this weekend, depending on time, because I know we got to leave here in a few minutes to actually go meet up some friends that just moved back to the area. So we'll be doing that this afternoon, and then hopefully working on some more fence and getting that done. Whoa. We get very excited for hay. This is the one time I can actually pet the cow and she doesn't mind it. She is very good. Hi, baby girl. Yeah. Take that thing out of your ear. So this is one time I actually get to pet her. So, got back a little bit later than I thought yesterday. I didn't really get anything done yesterday at all. So, we gotta take stuff up here. Hopefully we get some fencing done. I got the animal chores done real quick this morning before church. So I got all that stuff done. So we're just gonna go up here. Hopefully I can finish putting these posts in and maybe we can get some fence at least tied in and then start stretching. I do promise you that we do other things other than fencing on the property. But right now that's kind of our main objective, is to kind of get them back there like I've talked about before and getting them into fresh pasture. So that's kind of our main mission right now. Alright, so this will be the last support beam that we put in, or the support for the fence. Once we get this, I can actually wrap some fence around this and pull this section. And I could, I guess, pulled the other section when I had the time. Hi! You say hi? Hi! So, I just have to do this section here, and then we can start pulling some fence and stuff. Sections up so we can actually attach our fence to the first post, and then we'll pull that way. I think it's gonna be my easiest way to pull off of this section. I'm gonna pull from here down and then over. I might get this one section actually complete today before the sun goes down. It's actually a pretty nice day out today, so I gotta work while I can work. So we'll go grab the fence, bring it over here, and then we'll pull it out and we'll stretch it against the other side. vertical cross members out of the first couple sections. What we'll actually do is we'll wrap around our first post and tie into our fence, and then attach it to the post with fence staples. So we'll remove all those. I'm going to do the first 5 rows. Should be good. I might do only 4 just to make sure I don't mess it up, because I prefer to cut less than too many, because I can always go back and cut more. So I'd rather cut less. So I'll probably cut the first 4 rows, see how it fits on my pole or on my post, and then go from there. So you can kind of use 1 or 2 tools. You can buy both these anywhere really. So this is a fencing tool, which is really nice, because down here on the inside you actually have 2 places where you can actually snip wire, and they work really, really well. I think they cut wire like this, like butter. You can also use this. I've always been called, this has been called a lineman tool. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but it's basically a pair of pliers with some snips on it. You can use these as well, but we'll actually use these when we're actually wrapping that wire around. But I'll use these. Alright, so my camera died in the middle of cutting the fence and getting those cross sections cut out. So I went ahead and just decided to go ahead and tie that part in. It was a little bit more difficult than I thought. So I actually went and ended up watching another video and actually seeing how somebody else kind of does it. And it made a little bit more sense to me how they were tying it in. I was struggling getting the wire around and everything else that first post. So we'll actually get to pull fence today, which is exciting, because I felt like we weren't gonna, it seems like it's been a long time coming to be able to pull this fence. So we'll pull fence today, nail it up, get it all hammered in, and then we'll hopefully stretch the other side, and then we'll tie into the other post near my first gate of a series of 2 gates, and then we'll run the other section. I'm out of breath already. And then we'll run the next sections for the fence, and then we will have a complete fence. I think my biggest problem right now is figuring out how to get the truck over here to this area, because I'm kind of stuck. I'm thinking I might back up and forth about 900 times and maybe back up through here. I don't think there's anything really in my way. maybe I do it that way. I think I'm gonna do it differently. Scratch everything I said. I think I'm gonna pull this, put this down here. I'm gonna pull the tension out. I'm gonna staple it to here, then we'll clear the line, come back around, wrap it so it'll hold tension. I think that's the easiest way to do it. I think I'm thinking of this backwards, and I'm gonna end up not hurting myself, I'm gonna hurt my fence in the process. So I'm gonna unhook this, hook it up over here, pull tension, then staple it in, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I got it all tied in as best as I kind of could. I'm not the happiest with doing it this way. I don't know, I guess maybe I'm just not understanding the concept of how to get tension around this pole. And like, I feel like I lost some tension, but maybe I didn't. Maybe it's because I had to pull it twice. So I'm gonna probably do it the same way next time for my next L, but I actually finished this L, which is nice. So the first of many L's has been completed. So after this, we'll do the next L section, and then on that far side, I think I'm just gonna run boards is kind of my idea. Over here, eventually there will be boards as well, and a man gate, and then there's actually a gate that you can probably see. That gate there will actually swing open and attach into this, so that will actually section off this field. So what will eventually happen is the buck will go here, the other goats and the cow will go here, but then we have this paddock area kind of where we can have him, but then he can come out, go in, whatever, and we have two gates here, and then eventually they'll use part of the barn, and they'll actually come out into their paddock area, then they can come out here. It'll actually help us out a lot when we start milking, because we're going to kind of get some kind of flow with the female goats of how they come in and out of the barn, just so we can milk and everything more consistently. So like I said, I'm pretty pleased with what we got done today. Got all this tied in, which is nice. It looks good. It feels good. It's pretty tight. I think some things are a little bit, I feel like this side's a little bit tighter than the other side. And I think it's because I had to pull it twice and I didn't pull. I actually missed my top rung, and I didn't realize it until I had stapled everything in, and I'm not going to take everything back apart at that point. So that's all I'll get done for today. Next weekend we'll work on, I actually have to kind of take a little break on this and work on cleaning out the animals, all the cages and stuff, or cages. The coop needs to be cleaned out, the duck house needs to be cleaned out, the pig house needs to be cleaned out. The barn is a continuous job. We need to build gates for everything, get those going, and then hopefully, I'm hoping within a week I can get them back here. I don't think anything is going on next weekend, which is nice. So at least if I can get this part done, I'd be super happy. And then we have the next really long section, which I'm hoping will be slightly easier, just because with a longer section, it's really just pulling it one time, stapling everything, and then hooking it in, which makes it a little bit easier, in my opinion, to get everything done. Again, thanks for watching. If you guys want to like and subscribe the video, I'd appreciate it. Like I said, I'm going to keep putting these out, and if you guys like them, we'll keep doing them. All right, thanks. Bye. See ya. I don't know, I need an outro. Maybe in the comments, leave me what my outro should be. All right, thanks.